This is St. Louis on the Air from St. Louis Public Radio. I'm Elaine Cha. If you know Brock Seals, you know that he keeps himself a very busy man. The multidisciplinary artist's work on canvas, in the recording studio, and on apparel ranging from custom Air Force Ones to Cardinals shirts has built him a reputation that reaches beyond his hometown of St. Louis. But wherever he is, Seal stands out in the way he represents STL, and his upcoming event, Arts, Mimosas and Pancakes, is just one example of his long-standing commitment to creating experiences that offer Black creators a way to share their work. And here in studio to talk about his 8th annual Art, Mimosas and Pancakes and his most recent travels and art is Brock Seals. Brock, thanks for joining us today and welcome back to the show.
Hey, feels good to be back. Thank you.
So, Art, Mimosas and Pancakes, otherwise AMP.
Yep.
How did it get started?
It got started out of the need for me to want to show my work outside of social media. So when I was in college at Florissant Valley, I had a lot of friends who were artists, and I had a lot of friends who just loved going to events and kind of needed something to do. So I took my love for art and my network at Flo Valley and my, creative following and just made this event, Art, Mimosas and Pancakes.
And why mimosas and why pancakes?
That's just like something fun, and that was like my favorite things at the moment and still to this day.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something that was like not your traditional gallery style show. I wanted to make it more of a fun event and also add art and entertainment. So I found out about Dan Cakes one day. I was at an event. I think they came to my school and they were making custom pancakes. And I thought like, man, that would be dope to add them into the event some kind of way. So it just kind of came together that way.
Yeah, and it's artistic food.
Yeah,
Like, do
absolutely.
people actually eat those pancakes?
Yeah, they do. They are edible. But I feel like a lot of people try to save them as much as possible.
Right.
When the kids get them, they just put the syrup on it and just eat them up. But,
So where were the first spaces where you held this event?
Well, it's always been at Mad Art Gallery up until this year. So
And where is Mad Art?
Mad Art Gallery is in the Soulard area, right across from Anheuser-Busch.
So this is the first time that it's happening.
Yeah, it's the first time we left home.
Oh, okay. And why is it that you have decided to move to a different venue?
The event has just outgrown the space. Every year, we just grow.
Yeah.
So this year it was like, okay, we need to find a bigger space. I mean, last year and the year before that, we were like at capacity, over capacity, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, I can't keep,
Keep
squeezing
breaking fire
everybody.
code.
Yeah. So it was a blessing to find a bigger space.
Okay. Now, how many people have come to the event in the past, and like, what is the capacity of the Hawthorne? Like, how many people could be there?
Yeah, in the past we've had like crowds of a little over 1,000. The Hawthorne has a capacity of 1,300.
Okay.
So we definitely gonna pack that out this year.
And do people typically sort of come in throughout the
Throughout the
few
night?
hour period? Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people come and go. So earlier on, you may have some of the older crowd. Some people may have kids, so they want to check out the gallery before it's too late, for bedtime. And then midday, you have different people coming in. So it's a lot of coming and going.
Yeah.
There are a lot of events happening that night as well. So I know people want to try to hit as much as they can.
And how can people be prepared when they come? So should they have cash on hand? Are there things for purchase once they arrive?
Absolutely. So if you don't have a ticket online, you can pay at the door. You can bring cash or you can pay with card. The venue is fully cashless. So if you want drinks, you have to pay with a credit card. But if you want to buy art, all forms of currency are accepted.
Great.
And we'll have food vendors as well. So same thing goes with that. All types of currency is accepted.
And that addition of food vendors is new.
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of.
We've had smaller, I think we may have had one food vendor, some chicken and waffles. They'll be returning, but we do have more options. So we got a vegetarian option, vegan option, smash burgers, the table STL. They're preparing a nice menu that I'm excited for myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot.
And that's because the event has grown?
Yes, because it's grown. I've been listening to people saying, hey, you never have food but the pancakes, like we hungry. So
You can't send people home hungry.
yeah, I take that into consideration and giving them a lot of options this year.
And who is it that has been coming to AMP over the years?
Man, that's one thing that I love about the event, that it draws so many diverse crowds. So you have young, old, white, black, Asian, any ethnicity, race. Like it really draws everybody. There's no like targeted audience.
Yeah. And how do they find out about it? I mean, you mentioned your social media following, but outside that, how have folks found their way to Art Mimosas and Pancakes?
You know, that's one thing that I still wonder because like some of the past events, I'd see certain people show up and I was like, I wonder how did they even find out about this? Like, do you know me or,
Yeah.
But I feel like we've just had like a good reputation and, word of mouth travels fast. So I'm at events throughout the year, whether it's like an art fair or it's just a one-night exhibit or just, day to day.
Yeah.
Meeting different people and letting them know about the event. So I feel like people just kind of stay tuned.
Now, this year's AMP is happening at a new venue, and you've got a lot of visual artists who'll be showing their work. I think it's up to about 50 people.
Yeah.
So tell me who's featured among the artists who will be sharing what they've created.
Wow. We have, I'll try to go down the list. We got Damon Addison. We got Nicholas Coulter. We got Rue. We got Art Dog. We got Jovic. We got Kennedy Stewart. We have...
So among the people that are going to be showing, are there ones that are relatively new to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, majority of them. Majority are new artists. And that's what I kind of pride the event on is giving emerging artists an opportunity. Some of these artists, this is their first time showing art, as well as, offering opportunity to artists that have been, showcasing their work and may want to showcase something new.
And does that come from your having experienced that kind of support yourself, or maybe because you didn't feel that kind of support in the past?
I've always felt supported, but early on, I did find it hard to find ways to show my artwork. So that's one thing that I kind of, keep near to me when selecting artists for the show.
Yeah. Can you describe a few pieces of the art that will be going up and maybe some of the themes that those art pieces cover? Yeah.
We have, off the top of my head, I know we have 2 different artists who are making rugs. And this is kind of new to me. I mean, I've been seeing it as of late on social media, but I love how creative those artists are when making, pictures or faces or just any theme that they come up with, because it's like a 3D tufted rug.
Yeah.
So we'll have some of those in the building. We also have like some type of sculptures that are hand painted and have lights on them. We have a lot of painters who have just like some whimsical abstract pieces. We have some more fantasy inspired pieces, so it's more kind of anime inspired. And we also have photographers who range from St. Louis architecture to Black femininity. We have a nice array.
Yeah, there'll be a lot to see.
Absolutely.
Among the musicians that are included this year, because this is not just about visual art, music is very much a part of it.
Absolutely.
You've got 4 Deep, which is a St. Louis hip-hop group. Let's take a listen to their song, Solstice.
Summertime post up, this my night mimosa. Do you want the diamonds or the gold? I want both on. Do you want the money or the? I want both on. Do you want me come and take your soul on this soul? They call me marijuana poppy, I be smoking while I roll up. If it ain't about money, I don't even pick the phone up. You look like a model from afar, I need a close-up.
So, Brock, what is it that we should know about 4 Deep?
4 Deep is a real unique group You know, I've been watching them grow over the years. I was at their first performance at Vibes in like 2015 or 20, something around that time, and they just kind of splashed on the scene and just been killing it since. It's so hard to keep a group together and to just, you know, stay as a group and continue to make music and be consistent. And they've done that over the years.
Yeah. Is it partly because people, I mean, we've talked about artists and what happens with some of them who are based in St. Louis, that they leave in order to find success.
Yeah.
Is part of that difficulty of staying together sort of what happens in that way, or what other factors?
Not only that, but artists grow. Sometimes you grow out of just friends or just ideas. You may all not see eye to eye, but I feel like just more importantly, it's just you grow.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a group that has grown together.
Yeah, they've grown together.
Yeah, great. Now, you also have some Afro beats that will be coming from a Ghanaian artist named La Music. Here's La Music's song, Lonely.
Lonely, lonely, lonely. I don't wanna be lonely tonight. Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Baby girl, don't leave me tonight. Give me loving, give me loving, give me love, that very sweet kind of loving. Give me loving, give me loving, give me loving, that sweet kind of loving. I don't wanna be by myself. I just wanna chill with my girl. As I don't drink, I don't puff. Tipsy, and I know you can tell.
So La Music made his way to the STL area to go to school at Principia College in Elsa, Illinois. Is this La Music's first time at AMP?
No, this is his second time.
Okay.
He performed last year.
Oh, he did? Okay. How was it that you ended up meeting?
We met through a mutual friend, a friend of mine called Amp. He introduced us, and
A friend
ironically,
called Amp.
Yeah, his name's Amp, and he'll be hosting the
Yeah,
show this year as
yeah.
well. But yeah, we met through Amp, and I love the sound. I love that it was something different that people haven't really heard from my event.
Yeah.
And last year it was a huge success. Like, people was in there dancing and moving. You know, it was feel good music, so I had to have him back.
Yeah. I mean, that was definitely something that I was feeling as I was listening to a
Yeah.
playlist that our producer, Maya Norfleet, put together of the artists who will be part of Art Mimosa and Pancakes
Yeah.
this year. And that the atmosphere sort of that is created by the different artists.
Yeah.
Now, last but not least, Brock, you'll be performing too, right?
Yeah.
So what will folks be hearing?
It's always a surprise. It's always a surprise. I mean, if you listen to my music, you know what to expect. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's nothing a little bit different this time, maybe that people should be ready for?
I'd say expect the unexpected.
Okay. All right. Now let's listen to part of your song, Him.
Traded the nuisance for nuisance, a reality and peace. Stacking nuisance, smell the fruit sense when I fire up the tree. Hit a kiwi, no Fiji, just royalty refresh. Stay tuned in to the seal show, like what they gon' do next. Hold on, I might paint shoes for all the ones who hated on 'em. I might hold AMP up at the stadium. I'm trying to stack it all up until my hands hurt. Invested all in the art like the Cransburgs. Too much smoke in the whip, oh no, I can't breathe. Ran last around the ones who tried to get key. Please don't compare, we ain't
So before we started the conversation on air, you said you might know what we were going to pick. I don't know if that was what you were
That was it.
expecting.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, you mentioned AMP in Busch Stadium and doing it in the arts like the Kranzbergs.
Yeah.
And the title of the song is Him, all caps.
Yeah.
What is the connection between those lyrics, the name of the track, and where you are now as an artist?
I'm big on manifesting things. So I wrote this song a minute ago, and it was like before I even did a lot of work with the Kranzberg Foundation. So by the time that the song came out, I had been working with the Kranzbergs and, you know, just receiving their blessings as, you know, for support.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was kind of dope how they kind of tied around. And also working with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
You know, we started by doing the Black Heritage Day caps and the T-shirts. So that's one thing that I am manifesting, is having Art Mimosas and Pancakes inside of Busch Stadium.
Right.
You know, as we grow, because we're gonna outgrow this venue.
Yeah. Tell me about the title. Why is it Him, and why is it in all capital letters?
It's him because it's making a statement to celebrate yourself. and this is me celebrating myself as him. So however you go about presenting yourself, it could be them, it could be her, but this is just about celebrating yourself, because you go through a lot of things by yourself, and you may not let other people know. So this is kind of like, give yourself a hug, celebrate yourself, dance around, feel yourself.
We're talking with Brock Seals, the St. Louis native and multidisciplinary artist behind the Art Mimosas and Pancakes event that's happening at the Hawthorne on Saturday, July 8th. We're also talking about the different forms of art that you have made. I understand you have a new album coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about that.
The album Cabo. So it's a I don't know how many songs it's gonna be just yet, but I've been working on that for about a year now. Yeah, it was a majority produced by Leachy Eli. He's a producer here in St. Louis, but I feel like I may add another song in there produced by my boy St. Clair.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm super excited about that. I want to get it out this summer because it's some summertime music. It's feel good music. It's party.
So Cabo as in Cabo the place?
Yeah, as in Cabo the place.
Okay.
I went to visit there just like on a random whim. I think I was supposed to be going, where was I? I think I was supposed to go to somewhere in Cali, and it got canceled.
Okay.
And I had already taken the time off to go somewhere, and I had never been to Mexico. So I was like, you know what? I heard good things about Cabo. Let's go and see Cabo.
It's not a bad way to see Mexico.
Yeah. So I went to Cabo, got super inspired. It was just like relaxing, being in the line of work that I am. I never stop working. But I was planning, like when I go out here, I'm gonna make sure I chill and just rest.
Yeah.
So I was just poolside, and Leachy Eli, he sent me some beats, and I just got to writing. I was just feeling it. My goal was to like read a book poolside, but that turned into me writing a whole album.
Right. So you ended up doing more writing than reading.
Yeah, I didn't do any reading. I wrote the whole time.
Now, you mentioned Cali. And you were recently in LA, which is why I wore this Dodgers cap.
I seen that
today.
It's hurting my eyes right now.
This is not to start any trouble or anything.
No, it's
like
all good.
that.
You cool. You cool people.
But you went out there to do something for the BET Awards weekend. Happened to be a spot where I actually produced a live program back in the day. Were you showing art and performing out there?
No, this time I was just performing.
Okay. And what was that like, especially to perform with a fellow St. Louis artist, Tef Poe?
Yeah, it was like a big reunion. There was a lot of St. Louis artists that were on that bill that night. So it felt like I was at home.
Oh, okay.
But I always wanted to perform in LA, perform my music. In the past, I've always done like art shows, and I never just got that opportunity to perform my music lately. And I mean, ever since I've been doing art, it's really overshadowed my music. So it's like I have to really fight, to get my music heard. So I felt like that was a really big accomplishment for me.
And who are the other St. Louis artists that were on the stage with you?
T-Dub, Franco, Sunny Rain, Tef Poe.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, we was deep out there.
So was that intentional for you all to, as a St. Louis contingent, to take over a stage there at the Virgil?
No, it wasn't even intentional.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't know. Only thing I knew about was Tef. And as the show kind of progressed, I started to see more names. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
And how did it feel to be together? And I mean, I don't know if there is some pressure to represent St. Louis when you are outside this area. But, like, what was that whole experience like?
It was real heartwarming because, I mean, when you're from St. Louis, wherever you go, you're going to rep your city, whether you're by yourself. So this was different because we were like really deep and we kind of took over the space. So it was less pressure to rep because our presence was felt.
And was there anything that people in the audience asked you afterward that sort of made you realize that what you're doing is, it's impactful, that it's important?
Yeah, I mean, just by sitting there and watching me perform, you could have easily sat down or left the venue, but just to see different faces in the crowd was what I needed.
Yeah. So now that music is something that you're working on actively, I did want to ask you about an IG post that you made on June 2nd. And this kind of has a connection to Tef Poe and something he wrote about some years ago when I had first moved here to St. Louis. It's a mixed media piece called 9/11 on North Grand.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so tell me about, can you describe that piece?
Yeah, so that's again, it's like me manifesting. Like I'm always on North Grand. Like I don't stay too far. So I see the Bing Lu Chop Suey, I see the gas stations, I see Fairground Park, and I always have these visions of me just like pulling up a 911 Porsche just to get to St. Paul. So that's just me just manifesting my future. Just painting the picture.
Mm-hmm. So 9/11 is something that you're dreaming about?
Yeah. That 911 Porsche.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I drive it.
And does that piece reflect anything you'll be working on in your visual art or, in the music that you hope to make?
I do have another piece that's gonna be like a Lamborghini Countach. It's gonna be some similar vibe. Mm-hmm. I just don't know where it'll be parked, but
okay,
you'll see it coming.
So does that mean that there was a 911 parked right by Bing Lao when you were putting the piece together, or was this like a fully imagined?
Oh, this is fully imagined, but I'm pretty sure somebody in the hood pulled up a 911. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
And what is the thing about Bing Lao?
They just got really good St. Paul's.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is really good food, just Chinese food I kind of grew up eating.
Yeah. So how does it feel to come back from Los Angeles and to have that energy now with AMP now ahead at the Hawthorne?
Oh, it's good energy. I feel like it's more momentum leading up and getting other people excited about the event. People are like, oh, wow, you've been in LA, you've been traveling a lot. So it's just helped add into the significance of the show that I'm able to still do these things outside and then come back to still curate this show. So as much as I want to be here in St. Louis all the time leading up to this event around this time, these opportunities were calling me and pulling me away. So it's like, I can't like turn them down. I just got to find a way to make everything happen.
Yeah. And do you feel like you appreciate things more once you've returned from being away?
Absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate how unique our art scene is and how we go about doing things. You see how things are ran in other cities and you see the results and just the camaraderie around the people who are in or attending the shows or performing at the shows, and you just really appreciate what you have here.
Yeah. So to end on a manifesting note, thinking about what Art Mimosas Pancakes is going to be this year, what do you envision being sort of the picture of success?
It would be really simple for me. I mean, just people showing up to the event, packing it out, artists selling artwork, people meeting people, good conversations, good performances, and we all go home safe at night.
Yeah. Will there be a save the date for AMP at Busch Stadium?
Stay tuned for that.
Okay. Brock Seals is a multidisciplinary artist and curator of Art, Mimosas, and Pancakes. Brock, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Ski!
The 8th annual Art, Mimosas, and Pancakes event is happening July 8th. We'll have a link to the Eventbrite page on our website. That's stlonair.show.
This episode was produced by Maya Norfleet.
Our audio engineer is Aaron Dorr. This podcast was mixed and edited by Aaron.
Our executive producer is Alex Hoyer.
St. Louis on the Air is a production of St. Louis Public Radio. Understanding starts here.
St. Louis on the Air proudly supports local artists by using music from Life Creative Group.
Do you find yourself regularly listening to episodes of St. Louis on the Air? Suggest us to a friend you think might enjoy our conversations, and leave us a review and rating on Apple Podcasts on the App Store. It's the simplest way to help people discover our show. Thank you.
St. Louis Public Radio is a member-supported service of the University of Missouri St. Louis.
Support comes from the Missouri Forest Products Association, committed to conservation and careful management of the state's forests to make them more resilient and better habitats for wildlife. ChooseWood.com.